Hi, I'm Paul McGee, author of the book How Not to Worry. Let's look at 3 killer questions to help you immediately reduce your worry, anxiety and stress. Here's question number 1. Just simply asking yourself this: where is this issue on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 equals death? I don't know about you, but sometimes I realise I just react to lots of situations. Literally, you know what? I can be in a supermarket, in a bit of a rush, in the 10 items or less queue. I wonder if you've ever done anything like this with me. I can be there queuing, and all of a sudden, you know what I do? I'm that sad an individual. I actually start counting the items in the basket in front of me. They've got 11. Full security. I'll scratch their car. Maybe as we start to get really anxious about various things and get angry about things, it's like, hang on, press pause. Where is this issue on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 equals death? And in that situation, you know what? It's just a 1. Now, I live in the real world, so yes, I'm very aware that there are some 10s, 9s and 8s in life. I'm really aware of that, but you know, my concern for you and me would be this. It's when logically, rationally, deep down, we know it's a 2, but we keep reacting like it's an 8 or a 9. See, here's the reality. Stress makes you stupid. So whatever your issue is at the moment, ask yourself, where is it on a scale of 1 to 10 where 10 equals death? And don't get me wrong, you've still got to do the 1s and the 2s, okay? I'm not suggesting that from now on, you maybe start chatting to someone and they say to you, we've had a right crisis or you've just been away. It's not like, did anybody die? No, I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying that we've got to do the 1s and the 2s, but let's just start to put things into perspective a little bit more. Question number 2 is a great one as well. How important will this be in 6 months' time? You see, sometimes we're getting worried, anxious and stressed about stuff because we're just so emotionally involved in the situation. It's like we almost need to step back and see the bigger picture. I was in New Zealand with my family about 3 years ago. We arrived at Christchurch Airport and I see all these signs, don't bring any fruit, dairy products or meat into this country, because if you do, we'll fine you $200, roughly £100. So I'm just checking with my family that we haven't got a dead sheep covered in yoghurt with a melon in its mouth, and you know what? We didn't. We'd left it at home. My luggage went through security, fine. My son's went through security, fine. My daughters went through security, fine. My wife's went, Security guard goes, can you step back please? We're gonna need to open this case. And I'm like, oh, for goodness sake. And there he is. There were 3 red apples in my wife's case. She hadn't even hidden them in her underwear. He says, you're gonna pay cash or credit card? I said, it's 3 red apples. He said, couldn't you read the signs? He said, cash or credit card? I couldn't believe it. I was so frustrated. I was tired, I was hungry, even put me flipping red apples into the bin. Never got to bite into a single one of them, the most expensive apples I've ever bought in my life. And my wife is led away like a criminal while they process a credit card and get her to fill a form in. And then my son, who was 16 at the time, perhaps with a hint of sarcasm, looks at me and goes, Dad, where is this issue on a scale of 1 to 10? And I'm like, I'll tell you where it is. And then I'm thinking, hey, and how important will it be in 6 months' time? 2 great questions, just to kind of press pause and put things into perspective. But what about the 3rd and final question I want to share with you? How can I influence or improve the situation? See, when you start to ask yourself some different questions, we're going to start getting some different answers. And you see, the thing is, when we're dealing with worry, anxiety and stress, we're so focused on the problem that bizarrely, we don't actually ask ourselves questions on how to resolve the issue. So when you ask yourself, where is your issue on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 equals death? And when you then follow that up with, and how important will it be in 6 months' time, you get some perspective around your problem. But then you ask yourself that 3rd question, how can I influence or improve the situation? I hope these 3 questions help you stress less and enjoy life more.